The spaghetti spoon has a hidden function. It's incredibly useful. You'll be amazed when you find out about it. Next time you cook pasta, make sure to use it. Here's what it's all about. Most of these spoons have a peculiar hole. If your spoon has one too, you've probably wondered what it's for. Obviously, when you're cooking pasta, you can use it to scoop it out. The prongs prevent the pasta from slipping, while the hole allows water to drain. But that's not all. This hole serves another function, one that few people know about. You're about to find out. Spaghetti packaging comes in different sizes. For example, this pasta is in a 1 kilogram package. When you want to cook spaghetti, you usually eyeball the amount you need. But fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. Spaghetti recipes typically call for about 125 grams of dry pasta per serving. If you have a kitchen scale, it's easy to weigh out this amount per person. But what if you don't have a scale? That's where this spoon comes in handy. Using this hole, you can measure out the amount of pasta that should be cooked for one person. So just scoop the spaghetti through it and cook exactly the amount that should be. If you're cooking pasta for one person, one serving is enough. If you're cooking for more people, measure out more portions using the spoon, and you're done. Try out this function next time. Check beforehand whether the hole in your spoon also measures out about 125 grams of pasta and let me know in the comments. Don't throw away an empty ketchup bottle. It has a brilliant use in the kitchen that greatly facilitates cooking. Its shape and the materials it's made of have fantastic functions. Tossing it into the trash is a mistake. When the ketchup is finished, unscrew the cap and thoroughly wash its interior. Then, prepare a blender pitcher. Peel a banana and break it into smaller pieces, then toss it into the blender. Add 4 tablespoons of flour. Prepare a small package of vanilla cream cheese. Finally, crack 2 eggs into the mixture. Blend everything into a smooth batter. Then, transfer it into the ketchup bottle. Finally, screw on the cap. The ketchup cap has a larger opening than other sauces. This is important because it's great for portioning small pancakes. Just squeeze the batter onto a heated pan. Without mess, you can make perfect mini pancakes. My kids love them. If you don't use all the batter, just close the bottle and put it in the fridge. The kitchen stays clean. Making pancakes using a ketchup bottle is pure pleasure. The soup that saved thousands of children's lives. Mothers of young children still use it today. Ernst Moro, an Austrian pediatrician, provided its recipe at the beginning of the 20th century. He discovered that this soup reduces mortality in children. It consists of only 3 ingredients: carrots, water, and salt. Peel 1/2 kilogram of carrots. This valuable vegetable contains, among other things, vitamins A, E, C, and K. It also has many valuable minerals such as potassium, sodium, calcium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. Cut the peeled carrots into pieces. Put them in a pot. Pour 1 liter of water over them. Cook the carrots for 90 minutes. It was Ernst Moro who discovered that carrots cooked in this way could save newborns' lives. After cooking, drain the remaining water, then make a puree from the carrots. Our grandmothers use it a potato masher. But a blender will crush the cooked carrots faster and more thoroughly. Fill the drained water to 1 liter with boiling water and pour it into the carrots. Add 3 grams of salt. This prepared soup protects children from bacteria. Oligosaccharides contained in carrots prevent bacteria from adhering to the intestinal walls. This prevents diarrhea. Since the discovery of this soup, the mortality rate of children caused by diarrhea has significantly decreased. My grandmother used to check eggs like this. She would observe which ones spun and which ones didn't. She had her reasons for doing so. She would take 3 eggs, holding 1 in each hand and placing the third between them. Any egg that spun, she would set aside in 1 container, and the ones that didn't spin, she would put in another. I'll reveal what that meant later on. Nowadays, hardly anyone does it this way anymore. I learned a different method from her. I know how to tell which eggs are fresh and which ones are old. If I have several cartons of eggs in the fridge, I can choose which ones to use for breakfast omelets. All I need is a glass of water for this. I put an egg in it and observe what happens. I prepared 3 glasses. I poured water into them. I'll show you how an egg might behave in water. When placed in water, an egg might sink to the bottom of the glass. Alternatively, it might float on the water's surface. In the third case, it might float halfway in the glass. What does this mean? Fresh eggs sink to the bottom. The freshest ones lie horizontally at the bottom. Eggs several days old float a bit higher. Eggs 2 to 3 weeks old float in the middle of the water. The oldest eggs won't sink. They float continuously on the surface. As for the trick with spinning eggs, my grandmother used it when a hen was sitting on the eggs. She would leave the eggs that spun for the hen to hatch. The ones that didn't spin, she would take home.
This is how I store chicken without a refrigerator, even for up to 12 months. It doesn't take up space in the freezer and is ready to eat. It's a ready idea for dinner. To make the jars, you need 2 kilograms of chicken drumsticks. Wash them thoroughly and clean them. Then, place them on a paper towel and dry them thoroughly. Transfer the meat to a large bowl. You will now season it. Start by adding a tablespoon of salt. Then, add a tablespoon of black pepper and a tablespoon of your favorite seasoning. I chose sweet red paprika. Add a tablespoon of vinegar and mix it all. Rub the seasonings thoroughly into the drumsticks. Set the meat aside for a few minutes. Prepare a couple of onions. Slice them into 1 centimeter thick rings. Wash a bunch of parsley. Then chop it finely. Prepare sterilized jars with a large capacity. Place a layer of onions on the bottom and sprinkle them with parsley. Take a chicken drumstick and place it vertically in the jar. Add more pieces of meat, placing onions in between. Add enough drumsticks to fill the jar tightly. Close it tightly. Repeat the process with the remaining jars. Fill a large pot with water. Place 2 kitchen towels on the bottom. Put the jars with chicken in and add water. The jars must be completely submerged in water. Cook them over medium heat for 5 hours. After that time, the jars are ready. The meat cooked in this way releases its own juices. You can simply reheat this chicken in the microwave or in a pan and dinner is ready.
Pour ET into the dishwasher and turn it on. After the cycle is finished, it will be like new. This is the best way to clean the dishwasher. Before you do that, however, check the condition of the filter. Pull out the bottom rack. Unscrew the filter. Here, all the dirt accumulates. See how much residue is on it. It's grease and food remnants. Place the filter in a bowl of warm water. Pour dishwashing liquid and scrub the entire filter. When you remove most of the dirt, change the water. Soak the filter in water with dish soap and vinegar. This will help remove any remaining dirt. It will also neutralize most of the bacteria that may have settled on the filter. Clean the edge near the dishwasher door. Dirt collects here, which is not removed during the cycle. Wipe this area thoroughly and clean it. Check and scrub the filter again. After rinsing it under running water, screw it back into place. Unscrew the salt container. You will see if dirt has settled on the cap. Remove it and screw it back on. Sprinkle a good amount of baking soda on the bottom of the dishwasher. Let it cover the entire bottom. Place a small bowl of vinegar on the top rack. Turn on the dishwasher for a standard cycle. Baking soda and vinegar will clean and disinfect the interior of the dishwasher. The remaining dirt and unpleasant odor will disappear. The dishwasher will look like new. The dishes will be cleaner and shinier.